Akeem, I'm on. So when you jump on the Zoom, just let me know. What's up? What's up? Up on his waiting for my guy Akeem to log in. But yeah, we live right now on YouTube. How y'all doing tonight? What's up, y'all? While we waiting on King, give y'all some backstory, how I know King, how we grew up together, and how I like to see him right now as an entrepreneur. Because I remember back in the day, I had my own car wash, and Keem helped me with it. Like he was out there. Y'all, while we waiting on Keem, give y'all some backstory. I know Keem. He helped me with the car wash, and able to see him now as an entrepreneur, meeting him a few times out there in the A, and telling me about his business and all he got going on and what all's happening. I was like, yo, I had to get him on here just to talk to him for a little bit because he got this slingshot business that's booming that he told me about. I'm gonna have to slide down there and grab one. Hold on, y'all. He having a little technical difficulties. Let me get my man in here. Give me a couple minutes. while he getting on, let me tell you. So on the next episode, this is Dispense's Written Wednesdays. You know what I'm saying? On the first and third Wednesdays, we have my guy Terry Scipio coming dropping information on finance and all that good stuff. The second and fourth Wednesdays, I have entrepreneurs and medical advisors coming on, dropping out information. And the reason I call it Dispense's Written, because we give out straight brand information, no generic, nothing like that. So I hope you guys are ready tonight. We got a good episode.
I hope so.
I got my guy Akeem. I think Akeem on right now. We about to get into it, talking about the Slingshot rental business. So yo, I hope you guys ready for this.
Okay,
what's up?
What's going on, Tuke?
Hey, nothing much, man.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You good?
Oh, all right. It's saying that I gotta tap this.
You got a what?
I have to tap to speak. I don't know what that means.
I don't know. Man, that's that iPhone life, man. You got to get you an Android. You already know.
Nah, man. I can't go back to that, man. Can't go back, man.
But now I gave a little history about the entrepreneurship that we shared from back in the day when I had the car wash, and you helped me out with that. To now seeing you grow and doing good things out there. What last time I saw you when I was in Atlanta, you said you had the vending machines with shoes in it. And then now you on to the Slingshot business. So I see you always elevate, man. I'm happy to see that, man. I'm proud of you, dude.
Man, you took away back with that car wash. You took it way back with that car wash, man.
If you talk about entrepreneurship, you got to talk about entrepreneurship in general. You know what I mean? When I had the car wash, I was probably 15?
Yeah, that had to be 15, 16 years ago. That sounds crazy.
Yeah, had the car wash, had it going.
16 years ago.
But man, how you doing?
Man, I've been good, man. I can't complain. Everything's been good.
All right, man. So let's get into it, man. Let's talk about your journey first. Let's get to know who you are, and then we're gonna get to know more about how you got into the Slingshot business, man. So let the people know who you are.
I'm a serial entrepreneur. I started, we take it back 15, 16 years. That was probably one of the first things was the car wash.
You already know.
Going forward, I became serious with it about 8, 9 years ago when I got into the mall kiosk business. And from there, it's just been a series of trial and errors, you know what I mean? Up until this point, and even from here, it's still trial and errors. You know? I've had, I can't even count how many businesses I've had. So, yeah, man, from real estate investing, the credit consulting, the business consulting, the beauty salons, the food industry, to events, health and wellness, the vending sneaker machines. I mean, yeah, I've done a little bit of it all, you know.
That's what's up, man.
But my main thing is now is getting into the digital space, you know, and I'm glad you invited me on the podcast because you're already doing it, and that's where the new high level entrepreneurship is headed to. It's headed into this digital space where you don't have to have a product, you don't have to depend on employees to scale a multi-million-dollar business and multi-million-dollar brand, right? One thing I've learned just with any endeavor I've done is it's always employees, especially being a small business. Employees is the hardest thing ever to manage. You have to deal with people, you know, in a small business, everything is tight knit, right? So everyone knows the owner, they know business and things like that. And yeah, man, I'm just getting away from that avenue of it. Just stresses me out more than it helps me at this point. So other than that, the Slingshot rental space, again, passive income. You know, the Slingshot is the employee, you know?
Yeah.
And the Slingshot is gonna show up to work on time. You know what I mean? You don't gotta call a Slingshot. Hey, did you wake up today? It's Sunday morning. You know what I mean? Did you have a long night last night? The Slingshot ain't gonna say, hey, I'm sick today. You know what I mean? So that's why I like the Slingshot rental business, because like I said, I've owned dozens of businesses, and the hardest thing is managing employees and getting the right people to help you get further into what you're doing, right? With the Slingshot is going to show up to work every day. Slingshot is going to make the money, and you don't have to worry about personnel, payroll problems with the Slingshot.
All right, hold on, King. Hold on. One thing. Do you got a stand for the camera?
I'm actually grabbing one right now.
Yeah. I appreciate that. And
yeah, that's better.
Yeah, definitely. So now we into the Slingshot business, right? We did everything else from having the kiosk machine, wellness, credit repair. We in the Slingshot business. So first, how did you get introduced to this business, and what was the thing that sparked you to actually wanted to actually do the business?
Well, it was actually a friend of mine, a close friend of mine. He called me. At the time, it was last year. At the time, it was maybe April, May of last year. He called me, and originally I was gonna order the new Corvettes, and I was gonna the Turo thing, right? So prior to that, I had an experience I was in the online selling, right? I was doing eBay, Amazon, all online. So I had a Shopify store. So what ended up happening was I was selling face masks at the time. That was in January. That was probably January when the pandemic first got over to the West Side. And what ended up happening was I was scaling this mask business, online business, and eBay and Amazon and Facebook came out with these new rules and regulations, basically saying that, hey, we're not going to allow you guys to price gouge, is what they called it, on face masks and medical supplies. So, and I just made an order with China, I think spent maybe 60 or 70,000. I probably had $500,000 worth of masks coming in at the time. And basically just shut my whole operation down, right? And going into this business, you know, like I said, I was going to rent the Corvettes and I was going to do it on Turo. So I was telling a partner of mine what my plans were. So he talked to me. He said, "King, man, I got something better for you." I said, "What?" He said, "Man, I just did someone's taxes about Slingshots out in Dallas, and they're making money." I said, "Slingshots?" He said, "Yeah, I think you should look into that." So I said, "Okay, let's go look into that." And what I noticed was the Slingshots just came out in automatic that year. That was 2020. So I knew prior to that, they were all manual. So I never thought about a Slingshot because at the time, I know a lot of people don't know how to drive a manual drive vehicle. So it was kind of pointless to me. But when I found out the Slingshots were automatic, I just knew it was going to be the hottest thing, right? And it solved problems. The main problem was it was something new and fun that people could do while social distancing. The second problem to solve was, well, it's entertaining, right? It's entertainment, and well, that was it. Yeah, I just knew it was going to be something that people wanted to do while they couldn't do anything else, especially while they couldn't do anything else. So that's what led up to the implementation of the idea to start the Slingshot rental business. From there, I realized I didn't want to go on a platform like Turo to do it from my past experience with doing the mask business and basically watching a whole operation just get shut down from new policies and procedures using someone else's platform versus my own platform, right? So I didn't want to fall victim to that trap again and let that have a negative impact on my business. So I decided I wasn't going to use a Turo or anyone else's ride sharing platform, and I was going to do my own. And with that, I've scaled from just one Slingshot to, I mean, now I have maybe over 30. I lose track, but maybe 30, 20, 30, like that. In my network, I mean, I personally own maybe 13 or 14 of them. But from there, I was able to scale operation to teach people how to create their own rental operation, whether it's cars or slingshots or whatever, on their own platform versus going to a platform like Turo where you split a commission and you let someone else dictate your market value of what you're offering, right? So yeah, that's pretty much how I started, and that's pretty much where I'm at now.
All right. You know, we got to dive in this a little bit. We got to give the people some game on the Slingshot business. So you go out, you rent the Slingshot, or you buy the Slingshot. All right. What platform or how are you getting the customers to find you to lease or rent the Slingshot for you or from you? And then after that, how do you figure out your pricing for it?
Well, you don't just set a price that you think somebody should pay. You got to do a market analysis, right? That's with any business. That's just not with the Slingshot business. That's any business. You want to be competitive in what you're doing, right? So you're going to go out, you're going to find who's in your area, whether it's Slingshots or any other business, and see what they're charging for what services they're offering. And the best way to have a great business is to be a customer of another great business, or even being a customer at another bad business and see what they're doing wrong, right? So initially I rented from someone in the area, and I just saw what they did. I took what I liked about it, and I left what I didn't like about it. And I realized what the prices were, what you were getting with that experience. And, I set my prices accordingly. I'm not the lowest price. I'm not the highest price. I probably am one of the highest price, but I set the price accordingly. Now, as far as marketing, how do you let people know what you're doing? Well, same thing with any business. You have to market. The easiest way is, of course, be visible. You want to be seen. The approach I took with creating it was I created like an online business, right? I just created a presence online. As long as my presence was online, was seen, I got calls and I got bookings when I first started. So, and mind you, I also did test marketing with the concept, right? Like I've done a lot of businesses. I've went head over heels in some businesses. Every business idea that you get isn't a great idea, right? So what I did, I test marketed the theory. And this is one of the things I teach, and anything that I'm talking about is always test market the concept, right? And I basically put the business out there like I already had it before I purchased my first Slingshot, right? So before I went and spent the $27,000, made a $27,000 investment, I spent a $200, $300 investment, created a website, created a Google page, created a business page for Facebook, Instagram, and I actually promoted the product before I even had it. So what ended up happening was I just kept getting booked. And I kept getting booked and kept getting booked. So I realized, you know what? I mean, I probably had about $15,000 in pre-bookings my first week. So of course it was like a no-brainer. Go get the Slingshot now. So I got the Slingshot, and when I got the Slingshot, I was even more aggressive with my marketing. And from there, I think I got another one the next week, and maybe 3 or 4 days later. So it just scaled and scaled and scaled from there. And yeah, that's with any business though. Any business I create, I test market it, or I put it out there if I'm not familiar with it. If I'm new at it, it's okay to be an entrepreneur and create something that is basically new to you, and old to someone else. But Before anyone makes an investment, I would make sure, unless you do a thorough market analysis on what you're doing and what you're getting yourself into before you lose your shirt over the investment.
Yeah. That's some dope game you just gave out right there. For one, let's start on the pricing joint. How you said you literally was a customer of somebody else, figured what their price was, what they offered in that price range, and then you went and made your own price range, not based off of that, but using that information to be like, all right, I know that someone would buy a product for this price range if they can get these type of services. You know what I'm saying? So right. Hopefully, because you said your price range is a little better, you provide better service, better insurance, a better experience than that person. And then the second good gem you dropped was how you talked about marketing before you even drop the product, just to make sure that people see you out there, know that you out there. So when they're actually ready to get the product or ready to get that item, they know who to come to first because you already made yourself known by that or known for that.
Right. Right. You always want to do that. It's like when movies come out, you know, they release the trailer before they actually finish the movie, you know. I mean, you hear about movies coming out before they even sign the first contract. You know, this is Hollywood. This is $130 million projects. You know what I mean? It just makes sense.
Yeah. So what type of services you provide with the Slingshot? Like the insurance, do people got to bring their own insurance like how they do with rental cars? Do you provide the insurance? What all the packages that you got for the people?
Yeah, well, we have our own commercial insurance, right? So the customer purchased insurance from us, so they're covered. We take a deposit. We normally do $1,000 security deposit. We've toned that down just to be more competitive to $500. I would strongly suggest I'm probably going to go back up to $1,000 just because it just feels better keeping $1,000 versus $500 if something goes wrong without filing an insurance claim. So, yeah, our price in Atlanta, $325 a day. Location in Savannah, around $400 a day. Location in Memphis is around $400 a day. Dallas, locations around $400 a day. But we have more competition in Atlanta. Polaris has their own Slingshot rental operation going on in Atlanta. So I'm pretty much directly competing with Polaris. And when you're dealing with the manufacturer of the product, you got to kind of be competitive, especially when they get the newest units like tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I do pretty well with that and keeping units in, keeping something fresh. But more importantly, I do custom units, right? So we have units with wraps, I have units with rims, to just attract more people to your everyday, you know, standard vehicle. It's like if you go to an Enterprise and you see a Lamborghini you want, you're gonna pick the factory Lamborghini or you're gonna pick the wrap Lamborghini. You know what I mean? For the same price. So I don't necessarily shave my prices. I just offer my customers more value when you rent from me versus going with someone else.
I bet. So you just talked about how you trade them out or you have to cycle your inventory. How often do you feel like you got to do that to get the newer thing, the faster thing?
Well, I do it every year. And I do it everywhere. I recommend a year to 2 years, no later than 2 years, because I buy all my units brand new. And I do that for one. You have to get automatic slingshots if you're just starting this business. And I'm gonna dive a little deeper into just starting. You have to get automatic units. If you decide that you want to be cheap and get a older unit, you're gonna have to get a 5-speed manual unit, and that manual unit is gonna pretty much be parked when your automatic could have been rented, right? So I always recommend people always go with brand new automatic on transmission units. Now, as well as the warranty, right? Because you're dealing with renters. You're dealing with rentals. People are going to tear your vehicle up. That's just the bottom line. That's the nature of the business, right? So I just like the peace of mind knowing that if something goes wrong, I can just take it back to the dealership and get it fixed without having to come out of pocket and take some of my profits to get a vehicle service.
So yeah, one thing I did see on your Instagram, how you did have you had a Slingshot and somebody wrecked it. So in a situation like that, since you was talking about insurance and being able to take it back, what did you have to do in that case scenario?
Well, a situation like that, that's just an insurance claim, right? So, and that goes back to my $1,000 instead of $500. I mean, of course, that renter was at fault in that accident, and I took $500 from him, but I would have felt more comfortable taking the whole $1,000 just because I just would have got more money. That's pretty much it. And a situation like that, you file an insurance claim and you go get a brand new unit when they cut you. So I think that unit, that was a 2020. That was one of the original units I had. That unit made around 13,000 before it got wrecked. So, I mean, I made 13,000 off the car. They'll cut me a check for 27 grand. I'll go buy a brand new unit and I'll just keep the profits on a situation like that. So it's total losses, wrecks is part of the business. And as long as you know how to leverage them, you make money off of them. So that's there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean?
I'm mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
I'm in shortage on Slingshots right now, so it's a little hard to get more units. So that's a challenge in itself, but I'd rather take profits anyway.
Yeah. So having as many Slingshots that you have, like you said, you upward to 30 Slingshots. Where are you housing all of these? Do you have a lot that you keep these in, or are you renting space?
Well, 30 units in my network. Now, mind you, so I have 7 locations, right? So those renter operators, they house them at their respective places of business. Me personally, I only have 13 units, and yeah, I have a retail location where I keep my units. When I first started, I started in my house, so I only had started with 1 unit, so I kept that in my house, and I met someone. I meet a customer. Well, at first I met him right directly in my front door, but I had a problem with HOA where I live, and HOA, the neighbors, yeah, they pretty much complained about it. Because renters, you just don't know who your customer is gonna be. You know what I mean? So yeah, of course they complained about it, and I ended up getting a commercial space. About not too long after that happened.
Word. So one of the things that you do with your Slingshot business, you teach other people how to get into the Slingshot business through your courses.
Right.
Are you able to talk a little bit about that right now?
Yeah, so yeah, I teach people how to get into the Slingshot rental space, especially if you're thinking about going through a Turo route or using a third-party platform if you want to get into the rental space. And it's more lucrative, and here's why. For one, there's no other under $30,000 vehicle that you can rent for upwards of 300 plus a day, right? That type of vehicle just doesn't exist, right? So with that being said, it's just a higher profit potential in Slingshots than it is with any other vehicle out there. Another thing is depreciation. Now, right now, used car prices are higher than normal. When that number drops, you're going to see a difference in those prices. Depreciation is a lot when it comes to vehicles, right? So with that being said, the slingshots don't depreciate like that, right? You can go look up a 2020 slingshot and it's going to cost pretty much the same price as it costs for 2021 and 2022 slingshot, right? So when you factor in vehicle depreciation, it's a no-brainer, and the profit upside and the profit potential that you're going to have on that vehicle is just greater than any other vehicle out there. So, yeah, and I teach people that because it's plenty, it's more than enough to go around. You know, I'm already solidified in what I'm doing, so I'd rather show other people how to do it.
If you had to break down the course that you give out, what are the main topics that you want to teach people when they purchase your course? Because I know some people out here listening like, yes, I want to get into the business, or I want to get into a business and don't know what it is that they want to get into. So let the people know exactly what are the topics that you will break down for them, and then how you'll be able to help them scale it from 1 to 30 plus.
I'm glad you asked it. Well, that's what my course is about. My course is about teaching you the business in itself, you know, right? And then showing you how to scale that business to a 1 slingshot operation to a 20, 30 unit operation to whatever you want to scale it to from there. Because it's easily scalable. I mean, I started July 26th of last year. You know, it's just past a full year. And I'm in Atlanta, so we're very, very seasonal. After October, my season's pretty much dead. So we're literally talking about seven months of actual work that the business was actually producing revenue that I was able to scale that way. So, I mean, if I can do it, I mean, anyone can do it. It's not, you don't have to be, you know, a rocket scientist. But I took I made some mistakes in doing it, and which I created the course so people wouldn't make those mistakes that I made, and really give you a step-by-step formula to be able to scale with all the knowledge that I've gained in doing this business. Now, I also have a private Facebook group where I have about 67 members, and we all discuss different things going on with the business to protect ourselves and to make more profits in the business. I also network with other slingshot operators, so I'm just in tune with the business, and I can provide that ongoing support with someone just starting out, as someone that already has a slingshot rental operation who isn't getting as many bookings as they should. So that's another avenue that I go into, with showing you how to get these things rented out so you're making money hand over fist. I mean, I know some slingshot operators, they're barely making ends meet, and there's no reason for that. This business is pretty much new. It's not an oversaturated business. It's not something that people have been doing for years and years and years, and you're just one in a million, like you would be on Turo or Airbnb. This is fairly new. You're still at the beginning of the wave right now. So, I mean, if you look online, you can Google it. I'm the only person that offers this. I mean, I have this largest slingshot privately owned. I mean, Polaris has their own, which is way bigger brand than I am, but I'm the largest privately owned slingshot rental network in the country. So I mean, this speaks for itself. I mean, you're learning from one of the best operators in the business.
Dope. I like how you humbly say that. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man, I mean, it's the truth, you know what I mean?
Word. So when the people get the course or get into the private Facebook group that you have, how accessible are you to the people so that they can get information directly from you? Or is like the Facebook group like each one teach one?
Well, it's more like an each one teach one. As far as the course, when you purchase the course, you have my phone number. I mean, you got an issue, you could just call me. You know, I've had students who enrolled in the course and finished the course, and they have their own Slingshot rental business going on now, and they have an issue, they just call me.
Nice.
And I offer ongoing support for 60 days, even though I don't keep track. I honestly don't keep track. I mean, you call the phone, you know what I mean? I'm not ever too busy answering the phone to help someone about some business.
Nice. So have anyone that you help, like have you partnered with them in the future, or did you partner with them in the beginning to help them start their business or continue their business?
Well, actually, yeah. I actually partnered with a few of them actually. Savannah Motorsports in Savannah, 901 Slingshots in Memphis. I partnered with both of them, them, Nod and Harold. They were all they started off enrolling in the course and being students, and they just wanted to be more me to be more hands-on and show them basically how to get everything done. And I work with them directly. We have a partnership now. Whether we're going to keep that partnership or not, you know, that's up to them. But partnerships are always good because they give you ongoing support no matter what, you know. And then the partnership, as long as I'm making money, they're making money, everyone's making money, you know, it works good. So I don't particularly matter. It doesn't particularly matter to me if you decide to be a partner or you decide to purchase the course and do your own thing. I'm going to give you the best knowledge I have to offer you, regardless of what you decide to do. Of course, I would rather a partnership to grow my network even larger. But it doesn't matter.
Dope. So if the people listening, let them know exactly what's the name of the course, where they can find it at, and if you got any promo codes or any specials going on that they can get on to.
Well, yeah, you can visit my Instagram at think.akeem. The link is in the purchase. It's actually on sale now already. Actually 20% off. But if you purchase it from the podcast, you can let me update this before you go purchasing, right? I'm gonna the code is gonna be Pill Talk, all right? And you get an additional 20% off the already 20% off, right? So I'm gonna update that as soon as we get off this, and you guys can go click the link in my bio on Instagram, and you guys can purchase it. I also have the domain. It's slingshotbusinessblueprint.com. Go to slingshotbusinessblueprint.com. You find me. If you just Google my name, you'll find the link in there too.
Facts. Everybody, y'all heard them here first. Instagram, think.akeem. Hit the link in the bio. Use promo code PILLTALK. Get you an extra 20%. So that's 40% this man is giving you off top. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you go out there, jump on that. The slingshot business is booming, because I'm going to tell you this. Out here in DC, you hit the little bars, little hookah spots, and you will see them having like a little car show, or I guess a slingshot show. They pulling out, they're turning the lights on, the big speakers. They're really wilding out here with the slingshots. Yeah, made me want to go rent one. So when I come to Atlanta, man, I need the deal. I'm coming down. I need to grab one up.
Yeah, you coming down? I got you. I told you I got you. And now you coming on the weekend. I got to get that money though. You know what I'm saying? But you coming down, you know you my man. I got you, man.
Facts. Man, anything else you want to give to the people, share to the people, you gave them everything, but if there's anything else you can give them, some more knowledge, let them have that.
Now you get me to talking. I talk all day, you know what I mean? But nah, man, follow me on Instagram. You know, I share game every other day. I put something random out there to let people catch wind of, you know what I mean? So just stay tuned. Follow the Pill Talk podcast. You know what I mean? We got some more entrepreneurship shows coming up. So just you stay locked in. That's just the more important thing. You know, you stay locked in. You stay ready. You got to get ready. You know what I mean?
Facts. Man, Akeem, I appreciate you coming on. This is the second episode of Dispense Written Wednesday. Straight brand name information, no generic answers. We're giving the people what they really came for, what they really came to hear. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you for doing that. Make sure y'all go holler at my boy, hit his link, Pill Talk, and the promo code for extra 20% off the 20% off that he's already given you. You know what I'm saying? And also make sure you go to pilltalkpodcast.com, use promo code D.A.W 25 to get 25% off merch. I got the bigger dreams, less worries, empower leaders, because right now, both of us, Akeem and myself, from the small town of Georgetown, South Carolina, where not too many make it out of. And we both sitting here on the platform, him being a serial entrepreneur doing major things, and me being a pharmacist out here giving everybody some more knowledgeable information, yo. So make sure you guys go holler at my boy Akeem and come down to Pill Talk Podcast and learn something else.
Right. And I got a free video out there. If you click the link on my bio, I'm gonna show you how I made my first $15,000 before I even purchased my first Slingshot. I'll show you my guy's first month of sales. I did 35 grand with just one Slingshot, 2 Slingshots. So, I mean, my biggest thing with courses and purchasing courses from people is basically, are they who they say they are? Are they really making the money they say they're making? Check out the video and you look at it for yourself. You know what I mean? Or really made $1 million doing this business.
Straight transparency, man. You can't get no better than that. So when you in Atlanta, holler at my boy. What's the name of the company when they come to Atlanta?
Well, it's under 2 names. One is USA Slingshot Rental. The other one is Slingshot Rental Atlanta.
Facts.
So Google any of those, it'll pop up. You know what I mean?
Matter of fact, you got your, what is it?
USA Slingshot Rental. Or Slingshot Rental Atlanta.
I just dropped that right there in the comments just in case people didn't catch it. Now they can actually go back there, look into that, Google that, holler at my guy.
Cool.
All right, King, man, I appreciate you for coming on Dispense Written. We got to do this more often. Let the people know that I know you're going to jump into another business soon, so we got to get into that too.
I'm trying to get in your lane, man. I'm trying to come in that podcast, that digital. I need that digital money, man. That digital money.
Man, I'm about to make a network of this, so let me know when you're ready, man. Join the network.
For sure. I will. I'm already in it, man. I wish I would have man. I'm gonna go ahead and order my hoodie too, man. I need to get me another hoodie. Winter time coming. I need that bigger dreams, less worries hoodie again, man.
Yeah. So if y'all see me out there in Atlanta, y'all see that bigger dreams, less worries. Y'all know me. Y'all know it's me. So yo, holler at me. But yeah, appreciate you, man. Hold it down.
All right, always.
All right.